Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So in previous videos, I've talked about 1080p versus 4K. But now in 2020 and beyond, I really feel that 1080p is still a very good option for the majority of people creating content here on YouTube. And so today, I'm going to be going over 1080p pros and cons. Things that I feel 1080p still does very well, but also things that might be lacking. And so the first thing that 1080p does really well is the overall file size. If you've ever shot anything in 4K, then you know how large these files could get. Quite often, they could be 2 times larger than an equivalent 1080p for the same length of time. And this could be a huge deal because if you are going to be doing a lot of content, then 1080p is going to take up way less storage than 4K, and that could really add up over time. And second to that is overall processing time. Since 1080p requires less pixels and lower resolution, that means it requires less from your computer to actually render and process. And so this could save you a ton of time when it comes to video editing because things are going to be quicker, and most importantly, the render times. And so that's another huge benefit. And then the final pro with 1080p is the fact that it's readily available now around the world. Most people around the world do have a 1080p set, and even a lot of 4K televisions nowadays, they have some type of upscaling where it will try to take a 1080p and make it 4K like. And so you still have a lot of advantages when it comes to creating content in 1080p for those 3 main pros. Now getting to the cons, the first one is obviously resolution. So if you are needing more resolution, then 4K is still going to have an advantage, especially if you're going to be watching your content on much larger monitors or bigger televisions. And so when it comes to that, 4K can't be beat because it's simply just more resolution. Second to that is the overall future-proofing. So not everybody has 4K televisions yet, but most people around the world, for both televisions and monitors, they are migrating to 4K. And at least you're future-proof for, I would say, a few more years or even more, because we haven't yet had 6K or 8K and above televisions yet. And even when they do arrive, it's going to take quite a while for the majority of people around the world to get that new technology. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so the final con with 1080p, as with any technology, is it's going to become obsolete. And at least in my opinion right now, 1080p is nearing the end of its lifespan in terms of it being the primary resolution whenever new content is being created. Because the majority of the entire industry, specifically in movies and TVs, they are fast using 4K as the base minimum. And even a lot of content creators, they are starting to use 4K on a regular basis. And so those are my thoughts on the pros and cons of 1080p. Overall, I really feel this is still a great resolution to shoot at for the majority of content creators out there. And if you have a good camera or a phone with a really good camera sensor, then you're still going to get great quality out of it. And so if you actually had any thoughts on this, on the pros or the cons, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my camera tutorials, tips, and thoughts, I'll leave that in the description below. And if you want to see my previous videos on 1080p versus 4K, I'll leave that down there as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.